Hey everybody, I'm APH. Welcome to a channel update. We are doing it in the city of Crispy Bacon for a reason, but I'd like to start by saying thank you, as over the weekend my channel blew up. I went from 40 subscribers to 88, and the count keeps going up. The love and support that you guys have been showing by subscribing, leaving comments down below has been absolutely heartfelt, and I wanted to take a moment to say thank you. I've had people tell me that the channel won't make it. They've told me that it's kind of a lost dream, and you guys are making me feel like I have a hope here. So thank you very much. Second part of the update is, after 22 years in retail management, I made a quality of life change and moved into a school situation. I moved to an actual school district where I'm going to be working, and today, of all days, they called me for orientation. They called me pretty much while I was sitting down to start recording and said, get in here so we can do your orientation, because it is October 11th and it's the school year's already started. So they were like, we've got to get you in here. The school year's already, a month into play. So it was 4 hours of orientation followed by 8 hours of actual work, which turned it into a 12-hour day. So no content got created today, and I figured this was the perfect day to do a update. From there, the reason that we're in the city of Crispy Bacon, other than the fact that it is an amazing tribute to kind of some of the fun things that you can do with pig ranches, and a play on the fact that I really didn't think the series was going to work, is I've expanded the borders out all the way out to the range of 7 in hopes of doing an in-depth on all the different foods. And some of it is, this is a prime example. This pig ranch is producing just shy of 550 food per season, which means it's potentially producing over 2,000 food a year. And I get a lot of questions about how much food different things produce. And I've been dragging my feet about doing this episode, as about a month ago, the developer announced they were doing a patch. And when I researched previous patches, they would announce and then they would place out a patch, the actual content, about a month later, which means in theory, if they follow their trend, not saying they're going to, if they follow their trend, we are due for content at any point in time, which will change the game completely as they add another faction as well as change a lot of different things. And when I do the update about food, it's going to be probably a 3-part thing. It's going to be food, followed by covering all of the starting conditions, because there are 10 starting biomes, I believe, and 5 total starting conditions. And some of them are very overpowered and some of them are kind of meh. So I want to go over those because a lot of people ask me different ones, like the actual savanna or the grassland. That start condition is completely broken by getting, between the first and second upgrade of the town hall, getting an 85% boost to ranch production is massive. And I get asked a lot of those questions, so I want to go over them. And then I want to go over some of the oddball things that aren't normally covered, as they might get overlooked. Things like the mint, something that I actually had never used, and this mint turns 82 gold bars into just shy of 20,000 gold. If you look at it, 82 bars at 30 a piece is about 2,400 worth of gold being turned into just shy of 20,000. And if I press the happiness a little bit higher, because the motivation books are part of what's actually driving this, I could easily push that over the 20k mark. That's as something that, I want to cover is some of these oddball things that may not be looked at a lot. Things like the resource outpost, something that I don't use. Let's go ahead and click on it. It will finish pretty much instantly, and then I can go back to the industrial technology, which we're to the point of, even with the technology we have, 1 million tech, even at 10 times, I mean, that's still 7 minutes left of it. It's like a 10-minute tech. Now, granted, with my population approaching 1,000, I'm actually getting quite the reduction, and we can go ahead and close that. We can pick up the resource outpost, something that I don't typically use, and we can look at, we'll use the gems here, and by placing an outpost here, it will just get 31 per round, and it equates out to be 4 rounds per year. So this one alone equates out to be 124 in total. And in some areas, it's really, really effective. I thought I saw cannabis over here. That's not cannabis. Up here is cannabis. That's 78 per round. And again, I mean, if you figure 80 would be 240, 320, I mean, that's enough for quite a few houses by just having one of them. And it's no actual money, no people to keep it. The only upkeep to it is, as soon as it builds, let me go ahead and speed up time a little, is the actual influence. And it's something that I don't cover a whole lot because I don't use it a whole lot, but it's something that exists in the game. And if you have, like this city, an absolutely exorbitant amount of influence. I mean, I'm getting negative 7,000 influence because I have too much stored, which means I could maintain 35 of these resource outposts without having my influence even being touched. So it's something I want to cover in depth, is all those things of the game that I typically don't use. Again, I'd like to take a moment to thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for subscribing. And we'll see you tomorrow in Kingdoms Reborn and in Timberborn.